Hi, I'm Steve Sorensen with Vine and Branches Equipping for Discipleship. In this video, we'll be discussing what is faith. I will include additional resources at the end of this video. Everybody believes in something. The atheist believes that the natural universe is all that there is. The non-atheist believes that there's something beyond the natural universe we would call the supernatural. Despite everybody believing in something, many people still have questions about issues of faith. And that stems partly from not understanding what faith itself actually is. Growing up, a lot of us had questions why? Why do we believe these things? Why do we do these things? And we're told you just need to accept them by faith. Unfortunately, this has left many people to think that faith means believing in what can't be seen, what we can't know or can't understand. We want to offer something better. Here are 3 points to consider. Point number 1, faith is the intelligent and reasonable extension of what we can see and know. An illustration I like to use is if I were to write the numbers 1, 2, 3 on a chalkboard and then put a ... after it, what would the ... stand for? Well, it'd be 4, 5, 6. I could do that with any number of sequences or scenarios, and the ... would always represent what logically preceded it. What preceded it is what can be seen and known. The ... represents what can't be seen, but logically follows what can be seen. The significance of this is that we don't have to take giant leaps of faith or have blind faith, but we can have intelligent steps of faith. And this analogy is actually found in the Bible. In Hebrews 11:1, we read, "Faith is the evidence of things hoped for, the assurance of things not seen." Now, other translations word it differently, but they're all saying the same thing. So point number 1, faith is the intelligent and reasonable extension of what we can see and know. Point number 2, faith is a kind of trust we place in someone or something. Now, trust should be wise and not based on wishful thinking. Trust should be based on knowledge and evidence and experience. Trust is a kind of faith we want to wisely and intelligently apply to our finances, to our relationships, and to every aspect of life, including faith issues. So point number 2, faith is the kind of trust we place in someone or something. Point number 3, Dr. Don Byerly in his book, Surprised by Faith, makes the statement, faith is only as good as the object in which it is placed. Now imagine you're standing out on a frozen lake and the ice is thick enough to hold a truck. But you've never stood on a frozen lake before and it's scaring the bejeebers out of you. Would your lack of faith cause you to fall in? Conversely, if you came back to that same lake in the spring and the ice was dangerously thin, but you stepped out onto the ice and you were saying to yourself, my faith has grown so much since I was here last. Would your faith save you? Point number 3, faith is only as good as the object in which you place it. Here are a few more questions you can ask someone when you're discussing what is faith. Is something true because we want it to be true? Is something true because we're born into it? And is there value in examining what we believe? Now, I like to conclude by saying that I personally prefer a faith that is intelligent and reasonable and based on something solid, not on wishful thinking or blind faith. And because my faith is based on something solid and reliable, I have greater personal peace. Those 3 points again, faith is the intelligent extension of what we can see and know. Faith is a kind of trust we place in someone or something. Faith is only as good as the object in which it is placed. Now, in the last video, I said we're going to discuss the question, do you really believe what you believe? A friend of mine who loved to share his faith, he has since gone to be with the Lord, but he would on occasion ask, is this real or is it really real? Because how real something is to us directly affects how we live it out. Jesus said to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind and strength. Can we believe? Can our faith be with all our heart, with all our soul, with all our mind, and with all of our strength? I want to encourage you to invite others into this process of becoming equipped, of making disciples, of learning to share your faith. And as you exercise your faith will grow, it will deepen, it will become more and more and more real. And as it becomes really real, you will be able to say, I'm growing. I am learning to really believe what I believe. In the next video, we'll be discussing the existence of God. We'll see you next time.